Hello, dear Mark. My name is Eden. My number is S0341008, and I am a junior. Today I'll read Beverly and Dereck Joubert Life Lessons from Big Cats. Post December 2010. Beverly Joubert. We are truly passionate about the African wilderness and protecting the African wilderness. And so what we have done is we focus on iconic cats. And I know in the light of human suffering and poverty and even climate change, one will wonder, why worry about a few cats? Well, today we are here to share with you a message that we have learned from a very important and special character, this leopard. Dereck Joubert. Well, our lives have basically been like a super long episode of CSI. Something like 28 years. In essence, what we have done is we have studied the science, we have looked at the behavior. We have seen over 2,000 kills by these amazing animals. But one of the things that science really let us down on is that personality, that individual personality that these animals have. And here's a prime example. We found this leopard in a 2,000-year-old bobo tree in Africa. The same tree what we found her mother in and her grandmother. And she took us on a journey and revealed something very special to us. Her own daughter, 8 days old. And the minute we found this leopard, we realized that we need to move in. And so we basically stay with the leopard for the next 4.5 years, following her every day, getting to know her, and the individual personality of hers, and really coming to know her. Now I am destined to spend a lot of time with some unique, very special, individualistic, and often seductive female characters. Lauder. Beverly is clearly one of them, and this little leopard, Legamma, is another, and she changed our lives. BJ. Well, we certainly did spend a lot of time with her. In fact, more time than ever her mother did. When her mother would go off hunting, we would stay and feed. And early on, a lightning bolt hit a tree 20 places away from us. It was frightening, and it showered us with leaves and the pungent smell, and of course, we were stunned for the while. And when we managed to get our wits about us, we looked at it and said, "My gosh, what's going to happen with that little cub? She's probably going to forever associate that defending crash with us." Well, we needn't have worried. She came charging out of her ticket straight toward us, sat next to us, shivering with her back towards Dereck, and looking out. And actually from that day on, she's been comfortable with us, so we felt that that day was the day that she really earned her name. We called her Legadema, which means light from the sky, DJ. Now we've found these individualisms in all sorts of animals, in particular in the cats. This particular one is called Edwin Domelo, who greets with fire, and you can just see that about him. You know, that's his character. But only by getting up close to these animals and spending time with them can we actually even reach out and dig out these personal character that they have. DJ, but through our investigation, we have to seek the wilderness place in Africa. And right now this is in the Okavango Delta in Botswana. Yes, it is swamp. We live in a swamp in a tent, but I must tell you, every day is exhilarating. But also our hearts are in our throats a huge amount of time, because we are driving through water and it's an unknown territory. But we have really there seeking and searching and feeling the iconic cats. DJ. Now one of the big things. Of course everybody knows that cats hate water, and so this was the real revelation for us, and we could only find this by pushing ourselves. But going there no sane person should go, not without some prompting. By the way, from Beverly, and just pushing the envelope. Going out there, pushing our vehicle, pushing ourselves. While we have managed to find at least lions are 15% bigger than any others, and they specialize in hunting buffalo in the water, BJ. And then of course the challenge is knowing when turn around. We don't always get it right, and on this particular day, we seriously estimated depth. We got deeper and deeper, until it was at Dereck's chest height. Well then we hit a deep desperation, and we seriously submerged the vehicle. We actually managed to drown $2 million worth of camera gear. We drowned our pride, I must tell you, which was really serious, and we seized the enjoy. DJ. And of course, one of the rules that we have in the vehicle is that he who drowns the vehicle gets to swim with the crocodiles. Daughter. You will notice also that all of these images here are taken from the top angle of Beverly, the drive top angle. By the way, Daughter. All the faces we get stuck in really have great views, and it wasn't a moment, and these lions come back toward us, and Beverly was about to get a great photograph. BJ, but we truly do spend day and night trying to capture unique footage, and 20 years ago, we did a thing called Eternal Enemies, where we managed to capture the unusual disturbing behavior across two species, lions and hyenas. And surprisingly, it became a cult thing, and we can only work it out as people were seeking parallels between the darkest side of nature and the gang warfare. DJ, it was amazing because you can see that this lion is doing exactly what his name. Doing the male replacements. He's focused on this henna and he's going to get it. Animal songs. But that's I think what this is all about. Is that these individuals have these personalities and characters. But for us to get them, not only we do push ourselves, but we live by certain rules of engagement, which mean we can interfere. The sort of behavior has been going on for 3, 4, 5 million days, and we can step in and say that's wrong and that's right, but that's not always easy for us. Be they so, as Dereck says, we have to work through extreme temperatures, push ourselves at night, see derivation is extreme, We are on the edge through a large part of the time, but for 10 years, we try to capture lions and elephants together in chicks. And never managed until this particular night. And I have to tell you that it was a disturbing night for me. I had tears rolling down my cheeks. I was shaking with anxiety, but I knew that I had to capture something that had never been seen before, had never been documented. To believe you should stay with us. DJ, the amazing thing about this moment, and this is probably a highlight of our career, is that you never know how it is going to end. Many people believe, in fact, that death begins in eyes, not in the heart, not in the lungs, and that's when people give us hope, or when any life form gives us hope. And you can see the start of it here. This elephant, against overwhelming odds, simply gives us hope, but by the same token, you can get your hope back again. So just when you think it's all, so just when you think it's all over, something else happens. Some spark gets into you, some sort of will to fight. That irons will that we all have, and that this elephant has, that conservation has, the big cats have. Everything has that will to survive, to fight, to push through the mental barrier and keep going. And for us, in many ways, this elephant has become a symbol of inspiration for us, a symbol of that hope as we go forward in our work. Applause. Now back in the leopard. We were spending so much time with this leopard and getting to understand her individualism, her passionate character. Then maybe we were taking it a little bit far. We were perhaps taking her for granted. Maybe she doesn't like that much that is about couples working together. And so I do need to say that within the vehicle we have unique strict territories. Beverly and I. Beverly sits on the, the one side where all her camera gear is, and I'm on the other side where my space is. These are precious to us, this device, BJ. But when this little cup so that I had vacated my seats and climbed to the back to get some camera gear. She came in like a curious cat to come and investigate. It was phenomenal, and we felt grateful that she trusts us to that extent. But at the same time, we were concerned that if she credited this as a habit and jumped into someone else's car, it would not turn out the same way. She might get shot for that. So we know we have to react quickly, and the open way we thought we could without scaring her is to try and simulate a growl like her mother would make, the hiss and the sound. So Dereck turned on the theater band in the car, very innovative. DJ. It was the only way for me to save the marriage, because Beverly felt she was being replaced. You see, louder, but really and truly, this was now the little leopard was displaying her individual personality, but nothing prepared us for what happened next in our relationship with her when she starts hunting. And on this first hunt, we truly were excited. It was like watching a graduation ceremony. We felt like we were surrogate parents, and of course, we knew now that she was going to survive. But only when we saw the teeny baby bacon clinging to her mother's fur did we realize that something very unique was taking place here with the Gardema. And of course, the baby bacon was so innocent, it didn't turn it wrong. So what we watched over the next couple of hours was very unique. It was absolutely amazing when she picked it up to safety, protecting it from the hyena, and over the next 5 hours, she took care of it. We realized that we actually don't know everything, and that nature is so unpredictable. We have to be open at all times. DJ, okay, so she was a little bit raw, laughter, but in fact, what we were seeking here was interesting, because she is a cub wanting to prey, but she was also a predator needing to kill, and yet conflict in some way, because she was also an emerging mother. She had this material instinct, much like a young girl on her way to womanhood. And so this really took us to this new level of understanding their personality. And of course, through the night, they lay together. They end up sleeping 4 hours. But I have to tell you, everybody always asks what happened to the baby bake. I did die, and we suspect it was from the freezing winter's nights. DJ, so at this stage, I guess we had very fine ideas on what conservation meant. We had to deal with these individual personalities. We had to deal with them with respect and celebrate them. And so we, with the National Geographic, formed a big cat initiative to march forward into conservation, taking care of the big cats that we love, and then Bet had an opportunity to look back over the last 50 years to see how well we had all collectively been doing. So when Beverly and I were born, there were 450,000 lions, and today there are 20,000 tigers, 7 fare any better, 55,000 down to maybe 3,000. BJ, and then Chite had crashed all the way down to 12,000. Leopard had plummeted from 600,000 down to a mere 50,000. Now in the extraordinary time that we have worked with Logodema, which is really over a 5 years period, 10,000 leopards were legally shot by safari hunters, and that's not only leopards that were being killed through the period. There is an immense amount of poaching as well, and so possibly the same amount. It's simply not sustainable. We admire them and we fear them, and yet as men, we wanted to steal their power. It used to be the time where only kings wore leopard skin, but now throughout rituals and ceremonies, traditional healers and ministers, and of course looking at the lion paw that has been skinned, it eerily reminds us of a human hand, and that's ironic, because their fate is in our head. There is a Virgin onion bone trade. South Africa just released some lion bones onto the market. Lion bones and tiger bones look exactly the same and so in the truck. The lion bone industry is going to wipe out all the tigers. So we have a real problem here. No more so than the lions do. The male lions, so the 20,000 lion figure that you just saw is actually a red herring, because there may be 3,000 or 4,000 male lions, and they all are actually infected with the same disease. I call it complacency. Our complacency, because there is a spark, there is an active going on that we are all aware, and we count down. And that's probably because we haven't seen it like we are today. BJ, and you have to know that when the male lion is killed, it completely disrupts the whole pride. A new male comes into the area and takes over the pride, and of course, first of all kills all the cubs and possibly some of the females that are defending their cubs. So we have estimated that between 20 and 13 lions are killed when one lion is hanging on a wall somewhere in a far off place. DJ. So what our investigations have shown is that these lions are essential. They are essential to the habitat. If they disappear, whole ecosystems in Africa disappear. There is an $80 billion a year ecotourism revealed stream to Africa. So this is not just a concern about lions. It is concern about communities in Africa as well. If they disappear, all of that goes away. But what I'm more concerned about in many ways is that as we delink ourselves from nature, as we delink ourselves spiritually from these animals, we lose hope, we lose that spiritual connection, our dignity, and things within us that keep us connected to the planet. So we have to know. Looking into the eyes of lions and leopards right now, it is all about critical awareness. And so what we are doing in February, we are bringing out the film called The Last Lion. And The Last Lion is exactly what is happening right now. That is the situation we are in. The last lions. That is, if we don't take action and do something, these pens will be completely devoid of big cats, and then in turn, everything else will disappear, and simply, if we can protect them, we are going to have a job cleaning ourselves as well. DJ, and in fact, that original thing that we spoke about and designed our life by, that conservation is all about respect and celebration, is probably true. That's really what it is. We need it. We respect and celebrate each other as a man and a woman, as a community and as part of the planet. We need to continue that. And like a demo, where we can report the fact that we are grandparents. Daughter, BJ, thank you very much. Pros. And May Aiden, my number is S03410008. Hey, my number is Doc Moore. Thank you for your listening, and see you.